Do you know any CEO of known companies that does not have fancy cars, luxurious houses, over the top clothing, and spectacular properties? Because all I know is that these CEOs have tons of money and, well, tons of responsibilities as well. Every company has their own reputation, goal, and sales. Of course, CEOs have different wealth and salary. And in today's video, I, your luxury warrior, will talk about the world's highest paid CEOs in 2021. We will also take a look at how they made it to our list. Do not be surprised if you don't know all the names because, well, people like Elon Musk are the only ones who are being paid well. Starting off at number 10 is the current CEO of Adobe, Shantanu Narayan. This man grew up in India and has a bachelor's degree in electronics and communications engineering. He decided to earn his MBA from the University of California, Berkeley. Well, he sure knows how to get a good start because his first big job was at Apple. He then became the director of desktop and collaboration products at Silicon Graphics. After moving up the ladder, he accepted a job at Adobe in 1998. He was the senior vice president of worldwide product research that time, and for him, it was really worth the wait because in 2007, he got promoted as the CEO of the company. Knowing that this company is well established, it is no surprise that the company revenue per year is $11.2 billion. His earnings as a CEO last 2019 was $39.1 million. He made an annual increase in revenue possible and led Adobe to become a Fortune 400 company. He's indeed very good at keeping it low-key because there's not much details about his personal life or even his family's. Number 9 is Bill McDermott, the CEO of the software ServiceNow. Have you heard of it? If not, then I'm glad to introduce this man to you. He studied business in Dowling College. Bill has interest in business since he was 16, for he purchased a delicatessen in Long Island. He was even able to use his earnings in his deli for college. He then went to Northwestern for management. He worked at Xerox for 17 years before becoming the executive VP of Cybele Systems. After that, he became the CEO of SAP America in 2002 and eventually became the CEO of the whole company in 2014. He is definitely good at his job because he was able to increase the market value from $39 billion to $159 billion. But even with all the success with SAP, he still chose to be the CEO of ServiceNow. His annual salary as a CEO is $41.7 million, and his company ServiceNow makes $3.5 billion a year. Well, this might be one of the reasons why he chose this company over SAP. Number 8 is Lachlan Murdoch, the current CEO of Fox Corporation. We love hearing stories of successful people who climbed their way up, but since Lachlan came from a wealthy family, he pretty much had his path laid out in front of him. He earned his bachelor's degree in philosophy from Princeton and even attended school in Aspen. He trained at the Daily Mirror when he was 18. By the time he was 22, he was already the general manager of Queensland newspaper. He was then appointed as deputy CEO of News Limited in 1995. He kept on getting higher ranks as the year passed by, but a failed investment happened which led him to step down from his role. He does not stop there though. He founded Illyria Pty, which is an investment company. He then took the role as the executive chairman of 21st Century Fox, and he became the CEO of Fox Corporation when Disney bought Fox in 2019. His salary as a CEO was $42.1 million a year, with his company earning $11.4 billion. Number 7, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. He was born in India and he then earned his degree in electrical engineering at Monopole Institute of Technology. He also went to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. He joined Microsoft in 1992 and became an asset in the company. The cloud revenue grew from $16.5 billion to $20.3 billion. In 2014, he became the president of Microsoft Server and Tools Business Division. His first acquisition was Mojang, known for Minecraft. Then he purchased LinkedIn. His salary as a CEO was an astounding $42.9 million for 2019 alone. Number 6 is Miguel Patricio, the CEO of Kraft Heinz. He moved to Brazil to receive his degree in business, but he was born in Portugal. He became part of different companies such as Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, and Philip Morris. After staying for quite some time in Anheuser-Busch, he moved on to Kraft Heinz as CEO. His total compensation as a CEO last 2016 was $43.3 million. Number 5, David Zaslav, the CEO of Discovery. David was born in New York. He went to Boston University School of Law and became an attorney for a while. Then he changed careers and worked for NBC Universal. He stayed in this company for 20 years before going into Discovery as the CEO in 2007. He contributed to a lot of the growth of the company. Some of the best programs and contents like Frozen Planet were under his supervision. His earnings as a CEO for a single year was $45.8 million. Number 4 is John C. Plant, the CEO of Howmet Aerospace. He indeed had experienced a lot because out of all the people in our list, he was in the business for the longest time. He became the president of Lucas Verity Automotive. He showed excellent leadership in this company. After working here, he became the CEO of Arconic Incorporated. Then he moved on to Howmet, where he received an annual compensation of $51.7 million. Number 3 is Lisa Su, CEO of Advanced Micro Devices. She was born in Taiwan. Lisa showed interest in math and technology at the age of 3. She went to MIT and studied electrical engineering. She also earned her master's and PhD here. She became a part of IBM, where she was the vice president of their Semiconductor Research and Development Center. She showed exemplary work and became the technical assistant to IBM CEO. She then became the general manager of Advanced Micro Devices, where she earns $58.5 million as CEO. Number 2 is Bob Swan, CEO of Intel. He has taken various roles in General Electric before rising to the top. He experienced becoming a VP of GE Medical Systems, VP of Finance, and CFO of GE Lighting. After all his contributions in GE, he moved on to Webvan as the CFO. He also became the CFO of HP Enterprise Services and eBay. Then in 2018, he became the CEO of Intel. His compensation as CEO for a single year is a whopping $66.9 million. And on to the highest paid CEO of 2021. And our number 1 spot is Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. He earned his metallurgical engineering degree at the Indian Institute of Technology. He then earned his MS from Stanford and his MBA from the University of Pennsylvania. He was a material engineer where he started working at Google in 2014. He supervised important developments like Google Maps, Android, and Gmail. He obviously did well because he became the CEO of Alphabet Incorporated in 2019. Besides being good at his job, he is also a good leader. People define him as thoughtful and emphatic. He even received a 96 approval rating from his employees. His employees definitely look up to him. He is also known to be a man of a few words. He does not speak much in meetings and would often listen to what others have to say before giving a piece of his mind. It is no wonder that he is earning $280.6 million as a CEO. Well, that is all that your luxury warrior has for you today. Looks like the fame and market value of the company does not necessarily guarantee a fortune for the CEO, and they definitely have to take on lots of responsibilities to be deserving of the title. I would love to know who is your favorite CEO among this list. Comment your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button. Prepare to suit up for more of our exciting videos.